Nairobi.
Well, all eyes are now on President Kenyatta as pressure mounts on him to assent to amendments in the Finance Bill 2018 and save Kenyans from the agony of high fuel prices. Critics, however, note that even if the bill is signed and implementation of VAT delayed by 2 years, the eventuality will still dawn on Kenyans in 2020. Jackie Maribe now reports.
Petroleum products have been exempt from VAT since the tax was first introduced in 1990. But in September 2013, when the VAT Act was reviewed, oil products were placed under Section B of the first schedule to the VAT Act as exempt goods on transition for a period of 3 years, after which they would be subject to VAT at the rate of 16%. In June 2016, before the expiry of the transition period, the said section was amended and the period of implementation extended for a further period of 2 years from 1st September 2016 in order to avoid the escalation of pump prices. That transition period was due to expire at midnight on 31st August 2018, after which the products were to attract VAT at the rate of 16%. But Parliament further deferred the period by 2 years to 1st September 2020 through an amendment to the Finance Bill.
We cannot rob the poor to fund our budget.
If we can defer it for 2 more years so that we can engage Treasury.
The onus is now on President Kenyatta to sign the bill and save Kenyans the pain of the new prices. So will he put pen to paper before the 14-day window lapses on the 13th of this month?
I think in 2013, passing the VAT Act was proper because it was necessary at that time. It addressed many other issues. What was not right was after 2013, where between the period of exemption of the 2 or so years, the lack of something sustainable, a sustainable solution, that was what was not right. But you cannot say it was not right to pass. You know, the law even then protected the ordinary mwananchi. That's why this is the first time. It's been more than, and you see, we're asking, what is the urgency? Because all these years we've not been taxing fuel, but we're surviving as a country.
So let us focus on, first of all, trying to not heavily tax. And you know, taxes should be progressive. But you know, it cannot just be sudden, it cannot just come suddenly and expect people to sit pretty. People will react. And that is what we are saying. We just need to have a tax regime in this country reevaluated. Let us see what can be done now. Let us see what can be pushed, but still have it as a program that must be, in the fullness of time, be implemented.
While okaying the commencement of the tax, Treasury CS Henry Rotich argued that the VAT on petroleum products is already provided for in law, and if the measure is not implemented, it will create a shortfall in the budget for the current fiscal year, which will therefore require alternative financing either through borrowing or additional tax measures, including reviewing the current VAT rate upwards to 18% like other East African community countries in order to plug the shortfall. But there is a hue and cry on Kenya's debt burden as well, and more borrowing all the more criticized. Some have a different opinion though.
Kenyans can't aspire for greatness, for a globally competitive country without willing to pay for it. Essentially what we are seeing is the cost of transformation. We can't wish and enjoy a ride on the standard gauge railway line, and we are not willing to tighten our belts.
Kenyans are now waiting to see if the executive and the legislature find a common ground. Jackie Maribe, Citizen TV.